2 before he's wrestled out. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
Harris trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And this time he is in.
Oh, shit.
Najee Harris punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They're going to run it with Harris. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Breaks through the contact. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Dancing to his left.
Oh.
Trying to throw back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. After the interception, here's Wilson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he's going to take it in for a Steelers
Fucking
touchdown.
smart play.
Najee Harris in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
They're going to run it with Harris. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They'll throw now on the final play. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they get this way upfield across the 45. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Unable to corral him, he fights through. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The man in motion is Brown. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. To Barkley on the check down. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
The kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Wilson. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Three quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Across the formation, he hits Austin. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin, 42 yards. And the Steelers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And how about this? Here comes a reverse. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as you'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 43 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-six TD. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. There he goes right side. Look at the big man rumble. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Under 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Into space at the 45. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's 1st down. Now back to throw. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's third down at 5. Back to throw again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Steelers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then hand. Well, this is taking it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down, but that's not necessarily true, is it?
No, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
This is 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Philly.
I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in a she just made a big. I got rolling over, speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my they say yeah. I'm like whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it on unfold. I'm like whoa, reaping what I sow, harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I release my soul, now they taking pictures.
From the picturesque Pacific Northwest and the city of Seattle, welcome inside Lumen Field, where all the 12s make it at home for the Seahawks. The veteran Jason Myers will get this one started. And off we go from Lumen Field. Britton Covey now on the return. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play. Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
I don't think we all appreciate enough just how difficult it is to throw on the run. The technique, the arm strength, the accuracy, all of those things on complete display on that first down pass.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
They'll run the toss to Barkley. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. He keeps... The ball comes out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. A sigh of relief there. That was very nearly a turnover. Fortunate to see that one, Greg, get fumbled out of bounds.
And when that ball came loose, Mike, you could see the entire sideline kind of holds their breath. But they were able to take a little bit of an exhale as they saw that ball, fortunately for them, go out of bounds.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. A couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
Once again, it's Barkley. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Hurts. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to the 16.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. I mean, you're not going to get away with it at this level.
And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield. 2 minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. We're back to Seattle after this. So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
We'll try to run here with Barkley. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. 1st down, Philadelphia.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They keep feeding him. 15 more on the ground. And another 1st down. Now a give to Barkley, running right. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Hurts working in the pistol. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Now a signal, timeout called. 9 seconds left to play in this 1st half. 3rd and a yard. And they'll throw here with Hurts. It is brought in the end zone. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. Jalen Darden now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the pistol, Smith. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we've hit halftime, and it's the visitors, the Eagles, out on top. As we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin then. Gino now on 1st and 10. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. DK Metcalf was the intended target, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. From the shotgun, Smith. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Gino to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They'll go. Smith. Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Barkley running left. And the Eagles are going to have themselves a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 7-yard line. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a 1st down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been
a dive, and he's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return is Darden. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Play action now. It's Gino. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
3rd and 6. Off the play fake. It's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
That's hard. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
On play action, Smith. That is caught by the tight end. Noah Fant. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
And I don't think he got there. He did not. They mark him short. The try for 2, unsuccessful. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play. They face 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Hurts.
No, what the fuck?
A throw there on 2nd
The
down.
fuck was that?
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
And this ball going to be touchdown just shy of midfield. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Shotgun run now with Walker. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Smith.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
He's in.
You gotta be kidding me.
Touchdown, Seahawks. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield.
No,
It doesn't
sir.
get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6. I don't love the call. I mean, all week you practice these gotta-have-it plays. Every call sheet, Mike, has 3 or 4 plays that are down here in the goal line that could also be used as 2-point plays. I think to simply turn it around and just hand the ball to your running back, gotta be a little bit more creative. That's a big missed opportunity.
He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. Whoa. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he gets this one up past the 30.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
I'll run up the middle with Barkley. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. And in motion is Brown. They'll run it to the right here with Barkley. Down the sideline, past the 45. And they finally take him down, but not before he gets to the Eagles' 32-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 36 yards. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. On the ground, this is Barkley. And he'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Here's Barkley. Whoa! And he will score. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return is Darden. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. This is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. There's the big tight end, Fant. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play. From the shotgun, it's Smith. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look, and they were ready, and they took him away.
Now Seattle will use the final timeout. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot. From the gun, it's Gino. Metcalf makes the grab again. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt, and that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
Darius Slay, Mr. Big Play, with his hands right around the ball again.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he...
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And this will be incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it'll bring up second down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Up the sideline to the 40. Inside 6 more here at the end. Stay tuned for the coach's handshake. It might not be the friendliest. That late touchdown extends the margin of victory here on the game's final play. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. As a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.